What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Members get exclusive content. We're going to get into the Los Angeles County Jail and the SMG movement. SMG, a gang organized and formed in the Los Angeles County Jail. SMG stands for Suwoop, that's the S. Moving is the M. Grooving is the G. SMG, Suwoop, moving and grooving. Who were these guys? Suwoop are what the Bloods say, the Damus. What's up, whoop, Suwoop, whoop, whoop. That's the Bloods. That's the Suwoop. The moving is the gangster car. Every gangster, 4-tray gangster, 8-tray gangster, whatever gangster crip, they say moving. Hey, what's up, moving? What up, move? And they do this little thing like this with their hand, like the Hoovers used to do. They sort of co-opted that, usurped that from the groove. And then the grooving, which are the Hoovers. They decided to form a gang in the Los Angeles County Jail because they all had one common enemy, the neighborhoods, the neighborhood CRIPS. And since they all had this same enemy, they decided to join forces. However, many people were against the alliance, including many Bloods, many Damus that were in prison, many Hoovers that were in prison, and many gangsters because, of course, this is the gangster Crip car and the Bloods coming together, Crips and Bloods. And then Hoovers have problems with certain Bloods, certain Damus, like the Denver Lanes, for example, the Brims. So some of the Hoovers, the OG Hoovers in the penitentiary were saying, no, y'all can't come together in there because we beef with each other. But in the county jail, they sort of tend to run their own program. And there were some people in the county jail as well that was against the alliance for the same reasons. However, they were overruled. The majority ruled. The majority felt like they should come together and form one united front against the neighborhoods. The neighborhoods are pretty deep. And they were at war with each other in the county jail. The Bloods were warring with the neighborhoods. The gangsters were warring with the neighborhoods. And of course, the Hoovers were warring with the neighborhoods. And since they all had a common foe, they decided to come together and attack this foe. And they formed the alliance, SMG. There was a loose hierarchy to the alliance. You had a couple of shot callers and a couple of lieutenants. And there was a little back and forth because these were different groups that had formed together as to who was going to call the shot for the whole group. Because some were saying, well, how can the Blood tell the Hoovers what to do? How can the Hoovers tell the gangsters what to do, etc.? So eventually they decided that everyone from each group, from each faction, the Suwoop, the Moving, and the Grooving, will all have their own representative. They would then come together whenever there was an issue. They would discuss it, make a decision, and divulge that decision to the rest of the group. And everybody followed whatever the decision was. Tried to bring a little structure to the movement and to the new organization. This went well for a while. And then there was inner turmoil, naturally, because these guys were also enemies, but they were trying to come together for one common cause. Naturally, there was going to be strife and acrimony and some naysayers and gainsayers who did not want to follow along with the protocol. Well, one incident in particular stands out, but there were many incidents with this SMG movement and particularly the neighborhoods. When I do my series on the county jail, I'm going to get into these incidents. And some of them are noteworthy. This one happened with a dude that was 18 years old. He came in at the Los Angeles County Jail. Actually, he was from Sacramento, but I guess he was in Los Angeles selling drugs or whatever, and so he was arrested in Los Angeles, and he went to the Los Angeles County Jail. Nothing like the Sacramento County Jail. I haven't been there. I don't need to be. I know it's nothing like the Los Angeles County Jail. And he had came in because his girlfriend, who was 17 years old, he was 18 and his girlfriend was 17. And the teacher at the school had called the police and said that they were having a relationship. And the young man, well, he was arrested. However, the girl's mother did not want him arrested, did not want to press charges. She looked at him as a little son. He had been dating her daughter for 3 or 4 years, since maybe he was 15 and she was 14 or what have you. They've been in a relationship. But now that he was 18 and she was 17, the law said that it was, illegal to be having a relationship with her. And they arrested him. The mother was rallying to get him out of jail. She wanted him out. Well, he not knowing what's going on in the county jail, in the Los Angeles County Jail, when he got there, they put him in protective custody, PC, where you stay away from the rest of the population because of the crime that you're in there for. Or if you a snitch or whatever, they put you in protective custody. This is where he was at for a few months. However, the police, for some unknown reason, let him out of protective custody and put him in the module, put him in the main line. These guys, having already caught word about what he was in there for, devised a plan to attack him. Now, some people were against the plan. Some people felt like that if the mother wanted him out of jail and that they had been in a relationship, it was not illegal. That he just happened to be 1 year older, but they were in a relationship when they were both of age or both, 15 and 14 years old. Not 18, considered grown, and then now 17. However, the ones who were against the attack were overruled by the majority. And so they fell in line with the program and they put him in the module in 4,700. And one dude from each faction of the SMG went to greet him up there. It was one blood, one gangster, and one Hoover. Now, there was a compromise reached because there were some people, again, that did not want to attack him, period. And so they decided, well, you don't want to attack, we do. We'll compromise and say that we won't use a weapon on him, but he's going to get attacked. And so everyone agreed to that. No weapons on the young brother. They went into a cell. They got his cell hit. This is prevalent in the Los Angeles County Jail. They can get your cell hit at any time. The police don't care. They know what's going on. They'll hit your cell and let you get attacked. This was normal program in the LA County Jail. They knew what they were going into his cell for, the police. They didn't care. They cracked his cell door and they went in there and they attacked him. Excuse me. They attacked him sort of badly. The three dudes, they beat him bad and tied him up. And when they tied him up, they poured water on his body and then started to slap him or beat him with the shower shoe. Why they poured water on his body, I don't know. They said that it hurts more or something when you're getting a whooping with water on you. I don't know. But they poured water on his body and began to beat him with the shower shoe. And the police would pass by for count. They were in there for hours. The police would pass by for count. They never really look in the cell in the LA County Jail. They just pass by, see some people in there, and keep going. They don't care. They don't actually do a count. So the police didn't recognize every time they passed by for the count that this dude was in there bleeding bad, that he was leaking, that he had been beaten. And they would just keep going. And this went on virtually all night. Finally, mercifully, in the morning, they left his cell after breakfast. And the next time the police had passed by, and he was in the cell by himself now, he came to the bars, showed the police his face, his injuries. They saw it. They hit the alarm, cuffed him up, and took him out, and no one ever saw him again. But the people that had did it to him, nothing happened to them, and that's how it goes in the LA County Jail. You will get attacked, viciously attacked. You will get assaulted. You will get packed out, and nothing's going to happen. The people that perpetrate the crime against you, they're not going to catch a case. They're not even going to go to the hole because it's just wild and rampant violence, unchecked violence in the LA County Jail, unstructured violence. And with the police and the inmates or the human beings in the LA County Jail, the incarcerated people constantly at each other's throats, the police would just get out of the way and give the incarcerated people another target. Go get him, go get him, go get him, get off of us. And so the police, they didn't mind when you would attack someone else because that kept the heat off of themselves. As long as we're fighting each other, we're not concerned about the real opposition, the real enemy, the people who really dictate and control our lives and control the quality of our lives. We're not concerned with them. We're concerned with people who are in the same position that we're in, struggling to survive in life. And we will attack each other as opposed to attacking the people who need to be attacked. If there's someone that needs to be attacked, it's not us against each other, it's the opposition. That's what I've always pushed. That's how I've always felt. And that's how I continue to feel. Because the police in the LA County Jail, well, they have engendered in most of us a need to fight back, a need to respond to authority in an aggressive manner. Because if you don't, your life can be taken even by the police in the Los Angeles County Jail. It is that serious, it is that vicious, it is that violent. And coming up, I'm going to get into some deep stories about the SMG and the neighborhood car. They were going at it. There were a couple of dudes in the Los Angeles County Jail who had become very famous. At that time, for the work that they were putting in, they were very violent. They was fighting every neighborhood that came through. Sometimes there were weapons involved, sometimes there was not. But it was bloody for years. As I said, they had what they call a snitch list. They all had this list, walking around with it in the LA County Jail in their pockets. And they would check people's wristbands to get your name and your booking number and see if you were on this list. And if you were on the list and they found out and they caught you, it was hell to pay. I know of a couple of such incidents where they caught a couple of people who were on this list, a snitch/hit list, and it was hell to pay. Coming up, the snitch list in the Los Angeles County Jail that rendered many people unhealthy. Stay free, people.